Good morning, everybody. This is PJ Sports Life. I'm Patrick, and as you can see, clearly a Rams fan. So, we're going to talk about the big story from Rams Nation in the last week, and that is the Rams trading Jared Goff, 2 first-round picks, and a third-round pick for Matt Stafford from the Detroit Lions. That is a huge pick. Generally, you don't see starting quarterbacks move in the NFL. Well, this looks like it's going to be the first domino of many, with Sam Darnold and Carson Wentz looking like they'll also be on the move soon. But right now, let's talk about the big change for my favorite team, the Los Angeles Rams. Now, like I said, they are getting Matt Stafford, and they are giving up Jared Goff, their starting quarterback, 2 first-round picks, not the 2021 pick. That's already gone for Jalen Ramsey to Jacksonville, but the first round picks in 2022 and 2023, and a third round pick. That is to go along with the initial outlay for Goff when they drafted him number 1 overall in 2016, when he was traded for 2 first round picks, 2 second round picks, and a third round pick. That means Jared Goff has basically cost the Rams 4 firsts, 2 seconds, and 2 thirds. Plus the giant contract they gave him. Wow. Now, let's look at this from a purely football perspective first. Let's take the picks and the contract away from it initially. Matt Stafford is a good football player. He's a good quarterback. He's played on some really lousy Detroit Lions teams. The only receiver he's really had of note in the last 10 years is Kenny Golladay. The only other wide receiver he's really had in his career to throw to was Megatron, Calvin Johnson, who just got inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We'll do a little video on that a little bit later. So, Stafford, picked number 1 overall from the University of Georgia in 2009. Number 4 on the passing yard per game list, behind only Patrick Mahomes, Drew Brees, and Andrew Luck. 16th all-time in yards, touchdowns, 18th in attempts, and 14th in completions. He has been to 1 Pro Bowl. He has won 0 playoff games in 3 attempts. Now, most people will remember Matt Stafford mostly from throwing the ball up to Megatron and that really good 10-6 Lions team that went to the playoffs and got absolutely wiped by the Cowboys, which is, I think, the only Cowboys playoff victory since their Super Bowl years. So Stafford, not done great, hasn't had a lot of help. The Lions are historically one of the most inept franchises in the NFL. Now, let's take a look at the other side of the trade. Jared Goff. Jared Goff was the number 1 overall pick out of the University of California in 2016. He has produced 3 playoff wins, 2 Pro Bowls, a Super Bowl appearance, which was that loss in 2018 to the New England Patriots where he got owned. Bill Belichick has made a career off of owning young quarterbacks. Jared Goff was no different. Last seen leading the Rams to a playoff loss against Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, but Aaron Donald got hurt in that game, and Jared Goff had the surgically repaired thumb. Not really going to give him too much flack, but he did gut out a big win to Seattle the week before. I am on the record as being a Jared Goff fan. I think Jared Goff is a good quarterback. However, it is looking more and more like he needs way too much to be right to be good. 2018, he was fantastic. He went to the Pro Bowl. He led the Rams to the Super Bowl. He did everything Sean McVay's offense asked him to do, and has been steadily declining since then. It looked like between the New England defense and the Chicago Bears defense that next season, they kind of figured out Jared Goff and learned that you can kind of put pressure in his face and he won't do a whole lot. Matt Stafford, on the other hand, has proven over his career to be very good with pressure in his face. That should be key, especially with a Rams offensive line that may be losing left tackle Andrew Whitworth. Now, let's add in the compensation. Jared Goff, oh my God, you cost the Rams so much money in capital. So much money in capital. Now, it turns out our choice between Carson Wentz and Jared Goff, kind of a lousy choice either way. You weren't getting a really top flight quarterback. However, Jared Goff is the winningest quarterback that the Rams have had since Kurt Warner. Took the team to a Super Bowl. I mean, they gave him all that money for a reason. It's really tough for me. I'm a big fan. I gotta say, after taking a little time away from the trade, initially, if you go look at my Twitter feed, not a huge fan of the trade. Think we gave up way too much. However, if you look at that contract, yeah, this next year eating $20 million of dead cap space is really going to hurt the Rams. Probably not going to be a big player in free agency. However, going forward, it's a big savings off the Goff contract. Stafford is a better quarterback. I think the Rams might have come out a little bit ahead. However, the proof is going to be in the pudding. If the Rams win a Super Bowl with Stafford, done with it. Great trade. No questions asked. However, if Stafford doesn't look a whole lot better than he did in Detroit, that's a lot of draft capital, and the Rams aren't going to be picking in the first round until at least 2024. Do you know when the last time they picked in the first round was? That's right, 2016, when they took Jared Goff. They've done a great job picking in the second and third round. The team is great. It's stacked on defense. Might lose John Johnson. Probably going to lose Leonard Floyd. They always seem to be able to retool. Kupp's there. Woods is there. Akers is there. I think you'll see the Rams being a very potent offense again next year. Sean McVay has already said how excited he is to open up the playbook. There's been some rumblings that Jared Goff didn't quite understand everything that Sean McVay wanted to do, and also didn't have the arm talent to push the ball down the field the way that McVay's play action offense really wants to. That I'm going to call a little shenanigans on. Jared Goff has incredible arm talent. Just go back to that 38 points that he put up on Minnesota back in 2018. Some of the throws he made, specifically that back shoulder throw to Cooper Kupp, he can make every throw. So I'm not going to buy that, but Stafford should be a little more consistent, turn the ball over a little less frequently. And for next year, I see a couple of things happening. One, I see the Rams going 11-5, 12-4, winning the division, and going to at least the NFC Championship game. Now, Aaron Rodgers is still going to be a force. Russell Wilson, of course, is still a force in Seattle. The NFC is still going to be tough. New Orleans, we'll see what's going to go on with Drew Brees. If he retires, they might have a big gaping hole at quarterback, but that roster is still really good. Lot in play. I think the Rams are going to be right there. Aaron Donald just won his third consecutive Defensive Player of the Year. He's going to be back. He's an animal. Cam Akers is going to be good. Stafford really just has to not turn the ball over, and he's capable of so much more. I also think that with Dan Campbell being installed as the head coach in Detroit, that Jared Goff, with his ability to run a run-heavy play-action offense that he proved back in 2018, should be a good fit for the Lions. However, team is still a bit of a dumpster fire. I'm putting their cap at around 6 wins with Jared Goff, but I do think he'll be an improved player. If you liked the video, leave a comment below, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be putting out these videos pretty regularly with things that are happening all over sports. So, thank you and have a great day.